Hello, and welcome back to A Chef's Curiosity, a place where we keep this open and this hungry. This week, Hoosier sandwiches.
Could I have been happy in Indiana?
Alright, for those of you who know me personally, you know that I lived in Indiana for a while back in the 90s. Now, it wasn't a long time, but it was long enough to develop an affinity for something called a Hoosier sandwich. Or, I usually just order it as a pork sandwich. Let's get started. My favorite way to do it is to get some pork cutlets from your butcher counter and pound them just a little bit thinner so that they don't have to fry as long. I just like to do it in a plastic bag. It's easier, less to clean up. Alright, you don't need to do much, just take up a little bit more of the bag and then we bread it. Now, one of the things that makes this particular sandwich unique is the use of saltine crackers instead of breadcrumbs. So to make them breadcrumbs, I just like to use a food processor or a little mini food chopper like this. Don't crowd it too much. And just pulse them until they look like breadcrumbs. Until it looks about like that. For those of you that see my chicken and waffles episode, this process is going to look pretty familiar. Just into some flour that I seasoned with salt, garlic, and onion powder. Then into some egg that I just put a little bit of kosher salt in. And then into the cracker crumbs. Now, time to fry. So in a cast iron skillet, get about an inch or so of neutral oil. And just away from you, carefully, drop your cutlet in. Don't forget the splatter screen. Let that fry for 4 minutes, flipping it about halfway through. Best way I found is to line a sheet tray with some paper towels and then put a cooling rack on top or two. And just let it rest while you get the rest of your fixings. Okay, well, you're welcome to dress it however you like, but the way I always got it was soft bun, decent amount of mayo, shredded lettuce, big old slices of tomato, 3 or so rings of onion, and plenty of pickles. As for a side, I always had it with either ruffled chips or some salt and pepper fries. That's Indiana. Let's see what we got. Excited about this one. That is incredible. The crunch, did you hear that? Just incredible. This reminds me of catching the bus from Greenwood up to Indianapolis. Used to be this little sandwich shop on Monument Circle. It's not there anymore, but man, that is exactly how I remember it. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this trip down memory lane. Join me next week when we do something a little closer to home. Ohio shredded chicken sandwiches. See you next time.